guys, my name is Naomi. Welcome back to my channel. I myself am approaching my mid-20s, and during the first half of my 20s, I went through many ups and downs and learned many brutal life lessons. Therefore, I have compiled these life advice that you must hear. And I guarantee you that if you are able to watch the entire video and actually implement those lessons in your life, you will turn your life around and set yourself up for a wealthy and successful life. First thing first, you need to train yourself to adopt the mindset that not everything in the world is owned by me, but everything in the world is here for me to use and leverage. Literally, the universe is here to help you succeed. Your only goal is to become strong. Any resources around you, whether they are your looks, your connections, or your background, are all things you can capitalize on to become stronger and more powerful. And listen guys, I'm not suggesting that you take advantage of people's weaknesses or to emotionally manipulate them in order to get what you want. Please do not do that. Here, I'm telling you to stop playing the victim, open your eyes, and recognize the resources and opportunities around you. Use them wisely, but not rely on them. On the other hand, anything that does not elevate you, anything that doesn't make you stronger, or anyone who drags you down, you let them go. Remove them from your life. I know this may be uncomfortable to hear, but whether it's your family, your partners, or your bosses, if all they do is drain you and hold you back, even after you put in the efforts to fix the situation, please stay away from them. Plan the exit as early as possible. The same principle applies to the things and habits around you. I want you to be aware of any habits you have that prevent you from becoming stronger, starting today. And I want you to make the effort to quit them. I know it's not going to be easy to just walk away from people and quit bad habits. But remember that if you want to thrive and become wealthy and successful, you need to constantly become stronger and stronger. Second, stay away from negative people and do not try to change or fix them. I touched upon this point briefly in the first lesson, but I want to expand and emphasize it. Don't try to feel sorry for those people who are not evolving and are just dragging you down, including those who are closest to you, like your boyfriends, girlfriends, or best friends. Let's be honest, many of your friends in your 20s are actually meaningless. I'm not saying all of them, but many of them are actually just people for you to kill time or hang out with. Deep down, if you're honest with yourself, you know that they're not going anywhere in their lives. They're not going to where you want to go. Usually, if you're not doing so well in your life, they're like nice people, right? But once you're doing well and start to see some success in your life, you start to realize those people are not actually happy for you. They might even start to act sus and talk badly about you behind your back. They might even fabricate some fake news about you and spread your secrets around. Your so-called friends do these nasty things because they're reflecting their own insecurities and incapabilities through their jealousy of you. So if they do not serve you anymore, even though they did serve you at one point in your life, it's very important to be decisive and just let them go. Do not try to change them. Do not try to fix anyone. You are not God. It's not your job to go around saving every human being. If you have the time and energy to change or fix someone, please use that time and energy to improve yourself so you can meet and attract better people who actually share your values and are meant for you. This also means that you must train yourself to become a person who knows how to regulate their emotions. For example, you do not go around complaining. You do not easily believe in the people you just met. You do not set expectations for every single person you know just to get upset if they fail to meet your expectations. Realize your own worth and power within you. Refuse to let your emotions and mind be swayed by external people and circumstances. If anyone is talking about you behind your back, you'll realize it doesn't actually matter and it does not concern you anymore, because all you need to care about and focus on is your present and your future. Don't let any of those terrible people and things affect you. Remember that you don't need everyone to understand you and like you. Not everyone has the obligations to understand you and like you. People, including you and me, are simply the products of our own environment. So don't argue. Don't engage in any negativity with those people who don't share the same value as you. Distance yourself from them. Put up a healthy boundary around yourself. Only open yourself up to those people who truly value an energetic match with you. My third advice is do not rush. The human brain is not fully developed and mature before the age of 25. So before the age of 25, you may have done many very stupid things and made many very stupid mistakes, but do not rush and do not regret. As long as you're willing to take actions toward your goals, you can actually grow very fast. That's right. Let me tell you that you are actually able to completely turn your life around within 2 or 3 years if you just make the decision to change and put in the hard work. For whatever goal you want to achieve, just remember to do more and think less. Live your life as a game. Playing a game is all about fighting monsters, reaching one level, and then moving on to the next level, right? Why can you be so excited when you are playing a video game where every time you die, you can always get back up to play again, but you can't do the same thing with your life? And please don't become fixated on any wins or losses in your life. Don't let any of your wins or losses take over you and control your actions. Why? Because they are short-lived. You can't be winning all the time, and you certainly won't lose forever. You come into this world to live once, to play the game of life. Remember that you are here to keep fighting monsters, reaching one level, and advancing to the next level. Fourth, you do need to put in the hard work to make money and build wealth now. However, never sacrifice your health, both physical and mental, in the process. I know you might not be really listening to this advice, especially in this day and age where it seems like everyone around us is just hustling and rushing to become rich and successful at a very young age. This makes some of us feel like losers to a point that we feel the need to painfully grind and struggle. And we often hear about successful people, such as Elon Musk, the world's richest man, sharing how many hours he worked each day and slept on the couch during the early days of building his tech companies. Back in my early 20s, I could not pay attention to this advice either. I believed my body was so strong that I could withstand anything after pulling all those all-nighters, eating like trash, and sitting in front of a computer working and studying all day without moving. However, as I am approaching my mid-20s, I began to experience the consequences of neglecting my health. Many people work really hard for a year to earn money, but the amount they earn might not even cover the cost of a few days in the ICU. Your health is your wealth. I cannot stress this enough. Your health is your wealth. Remember, life is a long-term game, and we want whatever we do to be able to sustain long-term. So, we must prioritize living with a healthy body and mind for as long as possible. Fifth, you might have never heard about this. Plan ahead in your life by adding 3 years to your current age. Know that this advice doesn't conflict with my previous advice of not rushing your life. There is a balance between rushing your life recklessly versus not planning ahead at all and wasting years of your life. What do I mean by this? For example, if you're currently 20, add 3 years, making you 23. Now, envision your goals and behave like the person you want to become at 23. Let's say you notice people your age frequently going out to clubs every weekend. As a 20-year-old, you become self-aware that you can't afford to go clubbing every weekend just like your peers because you have goals you want to achieve by age 23. What you do instead is that you train your mind and body to start taking actions and learning about the knowledge needed to reach your goal by the age of 23, even though you're currently just 20. Similarly, if you're currently 25, add 3 years, making you 28. Plan your life and act like the person who you want to be at 28. For example, you may desire to have a family of your own by 28. Therefore, at 25, it might be the time to reflect on your dating life, what's working and what's not, with the goal of building a family by 28. Like, you might need to be more mindful and selective about the people you meet and date now because you would like a reliable, lifelong partner to build a strong family by 28, right? Hope that makes sense. Many people in their 20s are not aware of the importance of planning their life ahead and end up wasting their precious 20s without doing anything that helps them grow. And one day they suddenly turn 30 and realize that they achieved nothing. So remember to add 3 years to your age and start planting the seeds now for a fruitful tree 3 years later. But again, as I said previously, you do not need to rush or sacrifice your health to do this. Balance is key. 6. Don't just focus on making money. Also pursue love. Please establish a healthy and balanced perspective on romantic relationships and marriage early on. Recognize that you are an ordinary human being, and ordinary human beings need both money and meaningful human connections, not just one of them. Let me tell you this. You can have both a wealthy life and a great lifelong partner who loves you and whom you love. You deserve both of them. However, first, you need to get your life together and have some financial foundation for yourself. This is very important because if you are a mess and are just lost in your own life, you're likely to attract a partner who is not right for you. You might even enter a relationship with a toxic and immature mindset, hoping your partner will come and save you. But the reality is that no partner or significant other can complete you. You are complete yourself, and you are responsible for your own life. But as you continue on your journey of self-growth and wealth building, remember to go out there and find people whom you can trust and rely on. People with whom you can fight monsters together in this game of life. And people whom you can bravely love. They may be your parents, maybe your siblings, maybe your friends, but most of the time, they will be your lover or partner. For my lady viewers, don't fall for skewed and extreme ideas out there such as, all men are evil, no man's good, I don't need a man, I can do everything myself. These are simply not true. Please don't listen to those ideas. If you're good enough yourself, you can meet lots of very good men. Likewise, for those gents watching my video, you need to understand that having a great woman in your life who genuinely values you and loves you can bring you so much more success and fulfillment in your career and life. A great and high value woman can bless you with more money and success. I believe at the end of the day, the ultimate goal of making money is actually be able to better provide love to other people and to better receive love from them. Believe me, marriage and building a family are absolutely wonderful. Even though countless problems might come up in a marriage down the road, a huge part of being alive is about experiencing giving love and receiving love to the best of our ability. Don't you agree? My final advice is to always stay conscious, no matter how comfortable your life might seem right now. Realize that both good and bad things come and go. People in your life also come and go. Maintain a high level of consciousness and awareness at all times. Don't drown your mind in an unconscious state of comfort and contentment. So what does this actually mean? It means you should not attach your identity to anyone or anything within your comfort zone, and you should not rely on them completely. For example, having someone like a partner who loves you is amazing, right? As I mentioned in the previous point. But that doesn't mean you need to attach yourself to a partner and depend 100% of your life on them. Again, remember you are complete yourself, and your partners also complete themselves. You both are just additions to each other's lives, making each other's lives better. If you truly understand this, then even if your partner leaves you for whatever reason one day, or if a business you spend years building goes bankrupt one day, you won't lose yourself entirely because you haven't attached your identity to them. You'll understand that you still have yourself. When life knocks you down, whether the difficulties are in your marriage, your family, your career, or your business, always remember that you have the power within you to get back up and restart your life. Finally, I would like to share with you one of my favorite quotes, which goes, "There's only one true heroism in the world, to see the world as it is, and to love it." After you realize the core nature of how human minds work and how the world operates, you might feel a bit dark and sad. However, instead of feeling pessimistic, you learn to love and embrace this world. That is true heroism right there. No matter how many things you own or how many people you have by your side now, remember that your life is a game that only you can play and finish. I really hope everyone watching my video can have a life that is as wealthy, abundant, and fulfilled as possible. I'm watching you. My robot buddy right here is also watching you. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!